to stop and listen. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is shuffle and clear the deck. Our soul guide had some really wonderful snapshot, kind of what I was considering to be what was being perceived as a choice environment at the time. I think that would apply to anybody that wanted to click on that video if that's something that interests you. But it had a lot to say just about the illusion of choice sometimes, and that we all have choices. Just need to remember who we are. All right. Couple. I believe I'm going to do a reading that's similar. Although I believe what I'm going to do is present this as a reading about just the cards that pull up and my then interpreting. So please tell us we need to know today for those who are concerned in some ways about our current political environment. What would you like to say to us today? Yes, I was patient. Some of us out there. And it was the one that was great. My experience was no, and I want class. Want to say about this card here? One flips out. Pardon me. Oh goodness. So I'm going to do one more card. What I'm getting is kind of a masculine point of view about having a loving and open heart. What that means. And then we've got kind of, well, it's another cup card. So I got the King of Cups. And then I've got the another Cups card that has to do with having a lot of choices in front of you, but that there are so many that it's almost like a fantasy world. There's no grounding there. So truly, I have my thoughts about this. I'm going to continue on with the cards that clarify this before I can. And wow, at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. And so the Ace of Cups is what the Ace cards are basically what you have your soul desire that you've placed out into the world as human beings. It goes to a divine or sacred place. And then from there, if you're in a receptive mode for that, to receive that, it is like a seed that's been planted up there that can then grow and manifest itself into your life, to the physical reality. And the Ace of Cups, that's the seed. And it's another heart cups card. And this Ace of Cups is a full heart. I interpret it as a very powerful card. And the bottom of the deck is typically kind of the tone of the cards that you've just drawn. And so really what we're looking at here, this is like a brand new beginning, the full heart. And it's, I believe, I'm going to go ahead and say it's speaking to the form of masculinity that we're experiencing in our country right now, that is really been based upon a long, long history of favoring logic and rationality over intuition and trusting one's spirit. And so what we see now is really a dominating perspective, a perspective about relationships that views everything as property. I'm not saying that about men. I'm saying it's a masculine perspective. And really, now is a time where, at least I would consider this a message from my soul guide that that we are being called upon to really open our hearts and think about what this cup are. I call it a love cup. It's your heart, it's your perspective, and where you create from, and from the most loving and inspired place. Where is that place? Do you know where? Do you know where it is? Have you been in touch with it in a long time? And if not, why not? You know, so that's really something that important to think about. I'm going to pull a couple of other cards. I don't want this reading to go on for a very long time. I also want you to know that there's a link to my website somewhere associated with this message where you can contact me if you want me to do a personal reading with you. You're welcome to either use my website or you can just send me a personal message through Facebook. All right, let's see what else we get. I'm going to kind of clear and see what my soul guides. What else? What else do we have here? What can we do? What can we do? It's one thing to recognize where you're creating from. Do you? Ask yourself that question. I always encourage people to get a notebook out. Begin asking yourself these questions. You know, take some time with yourself. And instead of staying busy doing things, be present. I know that sounds new agey, but truly being present means sitting still for a while and thinking about what you're thinking about. For heaven's sakes, we don't do that very often. And so, you know, think about creativity and what it is that your world is saying to you. Wow, that's beautiful. We'll leave that. I'll see. Those are little sneak peeks I get sometimes. Sometimes they're about me and where I'm creating from. That keeps me inspired. That's my love cup. My love cup is a loving home, loving family, a loving sense of home. Loving sense of home. Home is where the heart is. That's true. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, I'm going to get another one before just to get a sense of what this is, because what we really have here, these cards are coming to me facing up, which says to me they're on the upper polarity. However, there's a bit of so I'm going to get a little more clarification on this particular card here, because what we have here is somebody that is in mental bondage. If you've ever heard of just somebody that is so bound up, and I'm going to call this ideology. An ideology is something like meritocracy in our country, where everybody, if they work hard enough, they're going to succeed just the same as everybody else. And so people can grow up thinking they didn't work hard enough when things aren't working out for them, when in fact they're not being given the same starting point that somebody that grew up with less resources started with. So it's something that people don't talk about often for a variety of reasons, but this is bondage. The swords are mental bondage. Okay. I want to get a little more. So this whole idea of like not taking time for yourself and understanding where you're creating from is incredibly important. Okay. King of Cups. This here could become an illusion or a delusion. You see all the choices around you, but you don't take time to figure out who am I and what do I really want? Not what did my parents tell me I wanted? What brings me joy? Ask people sometimes when you're talking over coffee or whatever, you know, if you could just do anything you wanted to, what would it be? And then they tell me, and it doesn't take them any time at all. For the people that it does, they're not spending very much time like dreaming. Dreams are good. Okay, one more card, please. What can we do? Because I've got this card here that came up for what we need to do about that, and I want a little more about that, please. If I can. Okay, I'm not getting anything else. So what I got was the Sun card. This card can mean a variety of things, but it is a masculine card. It is a balanced masculine card. Okay. What we're looking at here is balanced masculinity. Here, these are the trappings. They're not balanced, right? Okay. And what stands in the middle of all of it is this. What fills your heart with joy when you create? Do you remember what that is? And this is more than just simply reading, giving you a reading to cheer you up. There's a lot of information going on out there that to me, I believe is really beyond money at this point, because the power dynamics are beyond money. It's being presented as money, but I do honestly believe that it's about dominating creativity. Dominating creativity. All the outlets, even on media outlets, the ways that people can express themselves are being kind of muddled down with rhetoric, gossip. Is this true? Is this not true? Right? We need to really tap into our creativity and remember that the game this isn't a game where it's like, oh, somebody just won the game. No, every day we wake up, we have a choice. Remember who you are. Create and manifest from who you are. And when you're empowered, I just believe this is a time of empowering, becoming empowered again through a different way of talking about power that doesn't have to do with money. It has to do with your both the love that you have for yourself, the compassion that you have for yourself, and your ability to really recognize your situation critically and feel empowered to do something about it. Okay? All right. So I wish all of you a really beautiful day, and thank you so much. Take care.